Hey everybody, today we are going to render bacon, and what that means is we are going to take all of the fat out of the bacon and we are going to only be left with oil, which is going to be used for our soup we're making later, as well as bacon bits. So let me show you how to do that. Just some slices of bacon here, and with a very sharp knife I'm just going to cut these down into little tidbit sizes, and then I'm just going to throw them in this pot. And keep in mind, there's no oil in this pot. We're going to use the fat of the bacon to start cooking itself. So we're not going to add any additional oil to this dish. We are going to make sure it's a very hot pot. That's the only requirement. And the way that we tell it's a hot pot is we heat it up and you take a little bit of water, you splash it in. If it just fizzles and dissolves away, you're ready to cook. If you throw that water in and it starts jumping around, the pot is too hot, then you take it off of your burner. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. To begin, we're going to cut down and just make little tidbits. And we're going to get this bacon around the same size. So now we have this pot which we've been heating. We're going to take a little water and we're going to look for that sizzle. Do you hear that? That means it's actually perfect to put our bacon. Now, in the event that the water started to bounce, that would not be a good time to put on the bacon. It would mean the pot was too hot. So right now what I'm trying to do is get the most surface area of the bacon touching the hot pan. Let this cook for approximately 3 minutes at this very high temperature. And then I'm going to lower the temperature about 1 degree less. And I'll let that cook for another minute or two. And then I'll reduce the heat again, ultimately getting it to be a very low temperature so we start really releasing the fat without burning the meat. Now it's been about 3 minutes and you can see that we're cooking at a very high temperature. But now we're going to just lower the temperature 1 degree less. Now this brown in the pan here, this is not burnt. This is actually flavor, which is called fond. And later, cook some onions, and then we're going to add maybe a sherry or a white wine into this pot, and it's going to deglaze the pot. It's going to release all of this flavor. This has now been cooking another minute, so I can lower the temperature to number 4. Now you can see a lot of oil is starting to extract from that bacon. Some of it's actually becoming pretty crunchy already. So we're going to let this cook another minute or two, and then I'm going to take the temperature and lower it again to number 3. It's been another 2 minutes or so, and you can see there's much oil in this pan right now. And that's probably where I'll keep it now for the duration of this process. Keep in mind, this can take upwards of 35 minutes. It has now been about 35 minutes, and you can see this bacon looks like bacon bits. That's because it is bacon bits. So now we're going to scoop this out, strain some of that oil, and we're going to put it on a little piece of paper towel. Hey, so now that we have our bacon fat sitting on this paper towel, we'll just tap it a little bit on top, another paper towel. Just try to get all of the fat off as possible. And then when we get that out, we take these lovely bacon crisps. I call them crisps at this point. You can hear them falling into that bowl. And I'll do a little more tapping on top, just to get any remnants of oil out. These are so delicious. It's perfect. Now, in this pot here, we have the fond, which is the bacon fat renderings. That's all flavor. And we are going to cook a soup later on. So we're going to use what's in this pot to start as our base. We'll actually use the oil, and we're going to fry up some onions, and then we're going to make a fantastic soup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the simple way to make rendered bacon. And really, this is a treat. This is perfect bacon. Let me show you up close. Look at that. And let's do a taste. Thank you. Have a great day.